So a Poirot mystery, and you have seen those many times before. I do feel that this movie has a rather slow part where things are not too interesting, and a more exciting part where things start to intensify a bit more. The beginning is sort of a build-up, and you see the backstory of the relation between Lynette and Jacqueline, and already here you see the motive of Jacqueline as to being a killer. And you see how she desperately loves Simon and wants to marry him only hours after meeting him. Poirot also has his backstory in the movie, as he is hired by the mother of Book to spy on this black girl Rosalie to see if she would be a good fit for her son. After a while, you get to the Nile, where Poirot is invited on a cruise to celebrate the wedding of Simon and Lynette. This part is a rather slow and a little uninteresting part, and it's hard to stay invested in the story. The story has a deep focus on the love, unnecessary dialogue, and the festive part. And things don't really start off until 52 minutes into the movie, because then you get among these Ramses statues where you see a rock falling into the direction of Simon and Lynette, and immediately the light is shed on Jacqueline as a prime suspect. Prior to this, she had started to show up among them just to stare at them and say nothing. To top it all off, she books herself in at the boat so they have to deal with her directly. They want Poirot to do something about this, but he can't, as there hasn't been committed a crime yet. Of course, as this movie is called Death on the Nile, there was always going to be a murder. And it's only after that the movie really gets interesting. Because then you see Poirot in his work as he tries to figure out who did it. And at first it might seem that Jacqueline is the intended suspect, but she has created an alibi by being laid to rest after she accidentally fires a gun at Simon, and she sleeps through the night. At least that was the first instinct of these people, but later it is revealed that she actually worked together with Simon, who never stopped loving her, when it first seemed that he did after the first violent confrontation earlier in the movie. This confrontation always seemed a bit staged, and we are now in the best part of the movie, where Poirot goes around and interrogates all the people and shifts the focus from one suspect to the other, and the movie really starts to become more and more entertaining. Poirot struggles to find the murderer and thinks long and hard, but all the time there was only one person with the best motive, Jacqueline. But actually it is revealed that she wasn't responsible for the first murder, but the two others, as it was Simon who killed Lynette in her sleep. It actually seemed that he had always loved Jacqueline from the start and was ready to be with her together again. I gotta admit, she had a clever alibi, as she was late to rest after running off and seemingly firing the gun, which is later revealed to be a blank shot. Though the beginning of the movie is a bit slow, there is one other problem with the movie, and I do feel that there is an overload of too many characters in this movie. I do feel that they should have scaled it down a bit to focus a little bit more on a few central characters, because then it would have been easier to follow the story. You do also have mystery movies like Triangle and memory that starts off a bit more on the point. I'm not saying that you should scrape off the backstory, because it is very relevant, but you could have cut off some of the unnecessary dialogue and the party vibes a bit more to make the story a little bit more interesting and easy to follow. I mean, to use half the movie to show a high-class society party doesn't really build your interest in the movie. At least that's what I feel, because this is, in fact, a mystery movie, but it doesn't feel like that in the beginning. Lastly, I would like to say that if the mystery part had started earlier, I would have been much more invested into the story. Thank you for watching my review, guys. See you next time.